it looks like as though STC just beat the record, which, if I'm not mistaken, was set in 1988. So 20 years ago, and STC, it appears, just beat that record. So if you're Pika, if you're Fringe, if you're these other teams, KDR, Spirit, that are high in the leaderboard now, you got to be worried about what they're going to deliver tomorrow. So we're seeing now that Banyan for Fringe is out on the course. It looks like we still haven't seen Pierho for KDR. So we're waiting for that. Although here comes KDR now. So all the buggies are at the line. They're doing some last-minute adjustments before they put them down for the start momentarily. You can hear some cheering by Beta, a number of whom are pushing for Fringe today here at the broadcast tent. And Fringe has finally stepped away from their buggy, so we should be about to start. And they're off. And we've got a strong performance by Fringe coming up now. They're pulling ahead of CIA, which, based on lanes, starts a little bit further ahead. So Fringe is pulling way ahead. They're going to come up the hill, make their transition at about 15, 16 seconds, so about the same hill one time as we saw with SCC. So they're going to get a good push off into the free roll now. And so Fringe is about 40 feet ahead of KDR, and then CIA is another about 40 feet back. And as people move from the top of hill one to the finish line, we just want to remind everybody to stay out of the way of the trucks, stay out of the way of the buggies, make sure that we're not having any obstacles here. So Fringe is now coming down to the stop sign. They're going to cross the stop sign at about, looks about 48, 49 seconds. That's another very good time, about where SDC was before. We're waiting now for, I think, CIA to cross the stop sign at about 58, 57 seconds.
Looks like Fringe has taken a commanding lead into this one.
Yep, so they're through their second flag into the chute, taking a nice clean line, avoiding the bales to be picked up on hill 3.
And there goes KDR. Down
Yeah, so it looks like KDR is further back down. Fringe now has their buggy. They're pushing it up hill 3 to hill 4. They've made the 3-4 transition. KDR looks to be having a little bit of a problem with their pusher, but Fringe is 40 or 50 feet ahead. They're coming up on the 4-5 transition. We're at a minute 42. They're going to make their transition at about a minute 50. So it's going to be right where STC was, and we could be seeing another record-breaking time today. Crossing the 2-minute mark now. Fringe is coming up. And Fringe is going to cross in about 2:07, 2:08.
2:07, 2:08.
So that'll put him in second place for the day. Not going to break STC's new parent course record. We've got KDR, and right behind them is CA. So KDR lost a little bit on the back hills, it looked like. It looked like they had a little bit of trouble on hill 3. The KDR is going to cross about 2:31. And CIA about 2:34. So CIA looks like will not be having a day two for them. KDR's C team didn't make it in, but KDR's A is at this point safe. So we can now say with some certainty that SCCA, Pika B, KDR A, Fringe B, and Spirit A are all safe into second day. And the other teams will come down to what happens in the 11th heat with Pika A, Cygnu C, and Cyget B.
So another almost record-breaking heat by Fringe. Do you think it has anything to do with the conditions today? The nice weather?
I think the weather's been beautiful. It's in the 60s today. Forecast should be about the same tomorrow. So I think that certainly helps. So that's part of it, but it's also, as someone nearby just pointed out, it's great pushers by SDC and Fringe, and we'll probably see some great pushing by Pika as well. It's certainly a multitude of factors, though.
Yeah.
So right now we got the drop test.
It looks as though the drop tests are going well. As we sit here at the corners of Tech and First Street on the Carnegie Mellon campus with one heat left to go in the first day of Buggy 2008. We'll be back tomorrow about 8:30 in the morning, Johnny, Ray, and myself, for the finals, the championship for the men's and the women's out here, and hopefully the weather will hold up as well.
So if you're the defending champs, Pica A, and you're coming up on this heat, you have to be a little bit worried because, I mean, basically, you have a team, SDCEA, that broke the course record. So coming into tomorrow, if they show like a similar performance, you're going to be in trouble.
Right. The other thing you have to worry about is that rain is forecast for late tomorrow, and if that moves in faster and the finals are canceled tomorrow, then the times from today will stand as the championship times. And so if rolls for whatever reason tomorrow are canceled for weather, Pica's time today is what'll count. And SDC's put in a commanding performance thus far, so they've got to be a little bit worried. They've got to be looking towards what they're going to do in about 5 minutes or less. And times are being put up for Fringe. Looks like they're going to come in at 2:07.86, which will put them in second place. A little over 2 seconds behind SDC, but still almost 7 seconds ahead of Pica B and KDR B and Fringe B, which are the next three teams on the leaderboard. CAA is coming in at a 2:30, so they're not going to be seeing day two at all.
And neither will
KDR, which is coming in at about a 2:33.